What's up, YouTube? It is me, at True Star Screamer, and today we are looking at Power of the Primes Dinobot Slug. Slug, right. Next version will be Slug, then Slog. Wait, I think we actually had a Slog, but anyway. He will always be Slag to me. So, that's how we had it back in G1, and that's how we like it. Anyway, let's take a look at what we got here on the packaging. I really like the art here. I mean, that's how I like my Dinobots. Breathing fire, looking awesome. He himself, looking all smart. Got him in Robot. Got a picture of him also in Dino Mode here. On the back, got here with the Prime Master Pack. He uses Micros, Power Swap, Permutation, Eclair, Intercambo del Poder, Troca del Poder. Yeah, anyway. How will the hot-headed Dinobot warrior wield the power of the Primes? He's a Dinobot. He'll do it violently. But we got a picture of him holding his little Prime Master right here, showing the armor and him all armored up. He apparently takes 12 steps to transform. So, with the permission of the Hydra Council and that ugly guy with the 4 legs, let's get this guy open. We'll be right back. Okay, and we've got Slag transformed into his Dino Mode, and well, first, this is a very tiny dinosaur. I mean, I know this is a deluxe-sized figure, but that's his trading card, which once again has the awesome art on it. And Onyx Slug, a loyal guardian who fiercely defends his allies. So I guess that's Onyx Prime. But yeah, he's about the size of the card. And this is a deluxe figure. I'm going to have a pile of these for the rest of the reviews. He also does come with his little Prime Master thing, which can attach up top here on a 5mm port. He also has 5mm ports on either of his hips and on his underjaw for the flame effect that never came with him. But yeah, this thing is tiny. I actually think that looks rather silly on him. On Jazz, I can almost pull it off, but yeah. And speaking of, this is almost designed almost identical to Jazz. Hand here, little thumbs here, even the same little tabs. But we've got this here as opposed to Jazz, which had like the thrusters. So that's kind of like a battering ram, I guess. Also, when this guy gets into his hand mode, it's like spiked knuckles. I will bet you dollars to donuts we get this exact same one for Predaking. The rumored Predaking. But okay, actually I can kind of get away with that. I still have to say I like the original Combiner Wars approach with the thumbs here instead of having the 2, but yeah, it's kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. But we'll probably see this again in robot mode. Looking at the dino here, again, not much paint, a lot of colored plastic. Well, the black here is painted. A lot of neat use of translucent plastics, I have to say. I really like it over the face here, on the horn. Sticker, so prominent Autobot shield, but you can see that there's like a little ripple. I think that's from the definition of the plastic. Again, more translucent here on the tail, and I really like how that looks over the gold plastic, and stickers here as well. And then finally, we do have more pegs up top here for Titan Master Prime Masters to stand on. which in this case kind of reminds me of the old Fan Projects Dinobots, which I got into for a little bit, but I sold those bad boys. I think I did a video doing a eulogy for Fans Project, but yeah. Underside really cleans up well. I mean, Combiner Ward port here, but aside from that, that's pretty nice. As far as articulation in this mode, the head does not swivel, bend, or anything. The jaw kind of opens. And again, we got another auto brand here. That peg hole, which will come into use later. Kind of articulation, so you can kind of give them a stance. This does a whole lot of nothing, and that's Dino Mode in a nutshell. So let's get this guy transformed. First thing we'll do is split the tail and split the legs. Bring these guys down. Flip these. Now, these are on a swivel hinge here, so you can actually open those up. So really split the tail. See if that makes sense. Got a port here for hand or foot, probably for the foot mode. And flip these out like so. In here, you can actually, if you rotate the legs, it'll pull these like heel spurs down. And just tuck the legs up, bring the tail back in, and fold it in. It's just, I mean, you could probably get like a tool in there, but it's just a lot easier because it's on the same hinge. Bring it around. Fold the legs in. These do not collapse anywhere inward, so that's as G1 as it gets, I think. Hands flipped out, and these are tight. I am actually semi-struggling. Oh yeah, more 5mm ports here. And just flip this down here, and bam, I'll form the head. And now we got Slag. So to go over the articulation on this guy, deep knee bend, well, not a deep knee bend, sorry. Ball joint. And once again, I have to say, these tolerances, so much better than Combiner Wars. I mean, look, the hips are not, he's not bending or anything. They finally got the tolerances just dead on. So, mushroom peg here. The elbows, I really like this elbow joint. I mean, that's as basic as it gets, but it just looks smooth. So, kind of ratchet with the groove plastic, just really well done with that. No wrist swivel. I mean, I see why they did it, but with the amount of room they had in here, fold that back in for a second. If they made the foot a little bigger, they could have put like a mushroom peg in there, but oh well. Since you got the mushroom peg, you kind of have a forearm swivel. We have a waist swivel. Stand port back here. I want to point that out. And we've got the ball joints up here, so he has arms. Here's one of my biggest complaints. Yeah, the head can sort of turn in there, but again, with the dinosaur head not being on anything, yeah. We'll get back to that in a minute. So fold that down. And that's how he is. Again, no paint really on this mode at all. We got the Tampoed Auto brand. The eyes are painted. That's it. I would like to have seen a little more clear plastic on here. You've got this texturing on the shoulders. I bet if they had put a layer of clear plastic on that, like they did the Dino head, that would have looked really sharp. Or even clear plastic inside the jaw, again over the Auto brand. That would have, I think, really popped the chest. Very nice. He's compact, because the original Slag, these actually were like wings that all the kibble would tuck underneath. but I can accept that because he's still your basic size here. Size comparison. There's Jazz. Which, for a toy, not bad, but for a Dinobot, I don't like. Dinobots should be bigger. These are the brute squad of the Autobots. This is the evil muscle. This is a little guy. He's a little wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. I should edit that out, but I probably won't. Anyway, the Prime armor. Plug that in there. Get the plug coming out here. Ports it in. You can take out the plastic. You can hold the plastic, and we can put our Titan Master or Prime Master in there, and now he's carrying his baby to work. His other accessory is a pistol with not a speck of paint on it. This is much more to form for Hasbro. I could probably again take some silver, paint that in there, maybe the scope. I like there's rifling in the barrel, which is really nice. And of course you can hold it. You can also take this, plug it in there if we want, so he has kind of like a bludgeoning weapon. And that comes to my last complaint. I mean, these are all the accessories. This is a Dinobot. I like my Dinobots to have swords. I've got third-party weapons, but seriously, Hasbro, it's just you could have just given me another piece of red plastic. I mean, it could have been the same red as his body, as the neon horns here. Would have looked cool with a little bit of red with the clear plastic around it on a handle. But I would have taken, single color plastic, I don't care. I really would have liked a sword for my Dinobot. So that's probably, it's weird that such a little piece is such a negative, but I actually hate the fact that I don't have a sword more than the fact that this guy is so tiny. Other than that, though, I mean, if I wasn't G1 jaded, I'd have no problem with this as a toy. I mean, kids, of course, they should have no problem. It's a robot dinosaur. Now, for the limb mode here, I mean, all I pretty much did was just put the legs together and fold this up here. Of course, turn that. But here's the little difference between this and like Jazz and any of the other Combiner Wars is you got to pull that back. So, kind of neat when you pull this back, you can kind of see, you get a little more, you can pull the head up like that. Still makes me wish they had a ball joint in here. But that's how you can free up the combiner port. Take your hand. We're going to make him a right hand. Plug that in there. And flip this other thumb around any way you want to see it. And right there. And we have our arm. So let's put this on a body real quick. And there he is on Galvatron. So again, because this does not turn into a foot, I'm not going to show off a leg mode. When I get some kind of foot accessories, which I assume is going to come with Grimlock, we'll then do that. But yeah, not too bad. So as of right now, I would definitely say of these two, Jazz is definitely the superior. But since we all know the Dinobots, they are going to do a complete team. You kind of have that whole compulsion going for it. As a toy, I really can't say it's a bad toy. My biggest complaint as far as a toy function is just majorly the lack of head articulation. After that, the nostalgia factor is what kind of is the double-edged sword, because I really would have liked this guy bigger than Jazz, and he really needs a sword. I'm sure some third party, some guy with a 3D printer is going to start cranking out a ton of them. Hopefully after he sees my video, and I will gladly review them for you. But That being said, yeah, you're probably going to end up buying them whether you really, really want them or not. If anything, just to try the Dino Combiner or to have an official Hasbro Dino team. So, overall, I give Slag here, I give him a B+. So, if you like this video, of course, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, go ahead, give me the thumbs down. Please leave a comment below. Always a subscription. And remember, when it comes to collections, size is the prize, shelves being full is the goal. Until next time, take care.